Yo, what's up, dudes? How's it going? Well, I thought I'd come on before the end of the year and do my annual The Guitars of the Year. This is the Guitars of 2016. It was a good year. Unfortunately, some of the guitars I got this year, I no longer have. But we'll get to that when we get to that. This was the first one, and I had to go back and really double check because it seemed a little late. I got this in March. I was like, really? I got my first guitar in March? But yeah, even though I had the Ibanez body and neck and all that for the Les Paul, I didn't really have it, ready to go. It wasn't in playable condition, so I really consider this one first. Technically, before I had this, I had a Les Paul that I was thinking about buying. Returned the Les Paul. It was a Cherry Sunburst. And I got this instead. And this is like easily, one of my favorite guitars. I mean, it's just a tone monster. I love this guitar. Every time I play it, I'm just like blown away at how much I love this guitar. So, no regrets on this one. And, my wife paid for most of it. Not all of it. I put a deposit down on it, but most of it as a birthday present. So that always makes it a little sweeter. So, alder body and a rosewood neck, one-piece rosewood neck. That's what made this so cool. And they're twisted Telly pickups. And that's about it. And a no load pot here. So this is a no load. All the way up, it basically bypasses the capacitor. And when you turn it down a little bit, it kicks it in. Versus, it's subtle, but it's there. All right, let's get up to the next one. This will be a very long video. I'll see you in a sec. All right, we're back. And, of course, I got the companion piece for the Telly. The companion piece for the Telly is really the Sunburst one. That was the one released at the same time. I just like this color better. It was really that simple. They made, in 2015, the Hot Rod Red and the Sonic Blue, I believe it was. Could have been Daphne, but I could have sworn it was Sonic. And then this year they made the Telly, and then they made the Sunburst, but I felt the Sunburst was just too brown. And I like the solid color with the solid color, Yeah, that ridiculously shallow. It's a killer guitar, though. And colors matter. In fact, when I met Alan Holdsworth at NAMM, I mentioned to him I owned his Ibanez single pickup signature guitar back in the 80s with the ebony fingerboard. I had the green one, and he said the green one sounded good. It's like, you cheeky bastard. Anyway, this was number 2. The, I guess, rosewood neck Strat. It's an American Standard, just with a rosewood neck. One-piece rosewood neck. And this one's a little darker than the Telly, for sure. But I think the guitar is actually a little brighter. There it is with the no load on. I think that's brighter than the Telly. All right, there we have it. All right, let me find the next one up. Technically, I believe the next one up would have been the Select Strat, but I no longer have it. As many of you know, I traded it for a Les Paul, which will be coming up soon, because that I still have. So I believe... Well, let me figure out what the next one is, and I'll see you in a second. All right, we're back. Next up was the Ibanez Rebuild. So this was basically a gift from a subscriber, who emailed me, I guess, last year and said, I got a guitar sitting in storage and it needs a lot of work, and it did. It was, pretty rusted on all the hardware. So and the pickups were pretty rusty too. But new pickups, DiMarzio Super Distortions, new bridge and tailpiece, Godo. Did a full fretboard reconditioning, full fret polish. I had to recrown all the frets, level and recrown all the frets. That's about it. I probably cleaned up the nut slots a little bit, and I didn't go too nuts on the hardware with the polishing because it was taking the gold off. So I have to choose between the gold with a patina on it or nice and shiny and looking quite chromy. I'm sticking with the gold, just so the carpet matches the drapes, so to speak. I love this guitar. How much darker than really even the other Les Paul. I'm going through the Shaman 2, and I got that going into the reload box and then into my interface, and I'm using the probably TH2. It was on when I got here. Yeah, let me take a look. And what cam do I have up? Probably, I'm going to guess the JMP1, the Marshall 1960B JMP1 by Rosen. I love this. This action is friggin' low. So cold. Oh, you can tell I'm out of practice. Anyway, that's this one. Let's move on to the next one. I'll see you in a sec. All right, we're back. What a difference in brightness. So this is I guess it's called the Classic 60s Player Strat, or is it the Classic Player 60s? They always screw me up with the order of their words, but it's classic and player and 60s is in there somewhere. Is it the 60s classic player? Is it the classic 60s player? Is it the player classic 60s? Anyway, I bought it because it was cheap. Because it was $2.99. And I was like, wow, that's really cheap. And I recognized it right away. It was listed as a standard Strat. And a standard Strat really does sell about $2.99 on the used market. But this isn't the standard Strat. It's the 60s player classic. Or whatever the hell it's called. And, 2-point bridge instead of the screw bridge. And a little bit chunkier neck. I would say it's definitely got a little bit of chunk to it. Not a lot, a little bit more. And because I think they call it a medium C instead of a modern C. And it's a 12-inch radius, which is somewhat like a Charvel. A Charvel is actually a compound, and 12 to 14, but this is 12 all the way through. I love these pickups. So these are Custom Shop. I think they're called Custom Shop 69 or Custom 69 or something like that. They're based on the 1969 pickup that Fender put out. And these are that special year, 2006, where they had, it was like the 60th anniversary of the Strat and the 50th anniversary of Abigail Ibarra, who was, a very famous worker who worked in the pickup winding department and been there 50 years. And so they did a thing. She didn't make the pickups, right? All she did was sign them. But they're a custom shop pickup. And I think to commemorate both the guitar and her, they had her initial and date, the back. And I opened them up, and they are initialed and dated. So that's a nice little bonus, for my super cheap guitar. I love this guitar. It's been great. And of course we have the ding, known as Little Dingy. Not the guitar, just the ding. All right, I think this is the second to last guitar of the year. And up next will be the last, and then we'll pay tribute to the ones we lost. All right, I'll see you in a sec. All right, we're back. The last guitar of 2016, going out on a pretty good note, I would say. This is a Gibson Les Paul Premium Plus from, I believe it's 2012, right? Yeah, 2012. So, as I mentioned earlier, I had a Select Strat that I picked up, and a guy reached out to me, John, and said, hey, I got a bunch of Les Pauls, you get a bunch of Strats. I know recently you said you were thinking about, getting a Les Paul and, would have to wait because you didn't have the cash to do it. And, I propose a trade. I'm really looking for a Select Strat, and maybe we can do a trade. So at first I said no, but then the more I thought about it, I was like, you know what? He's right. I have a ton of Strats, and I should do it. And I'm really glad I did it. It's really worked out. And you know what? That guitar has shown up on the market again, a few times. They come and go. If next year I want to pick one up, I'm sure I could. Right. So, that selected have a nice neck. Yeah, let's say that. But so does this. Anyway, that is, I believe, all the guitars of 2016, but we lost a few this year. I had to thin the herd. So let's just take a moment and we'll look at the guitars that we had to say goodbye to in 2016. All right, dudes, there you have it. Guitars of 2016. I may see you before the end of the year. Who knows? Probably not. Let's face it. So if I don't, Happy New Year. And I'll be back with a lot more videos in 2017. I know I sort of trailed off at the end of 2016, but, got busy. Should have more time, I'm hoping, in the new year. So, thanks for stopping by. And as always, rock on.